Hi guys! Today I'm going to show you how to turn a simple buttercream cake into the most stunning wedding cake you've ever seen, just using buttercream flowers and leaves. Now you guys have been leaving me amazing comments on our tutorials letting us know what kind of buttercream flowers you would like to see. So I'm going to be showing you how to make a few different styles of roses, some more blossoms and some really intricate and cool leaves. Altogether, this turns out to be the most stunning cake that I have made. I really love it and I hope that you do too. To get started on making these flowers, we're going to need lots and lots of different colours of our sweet buttercream. I have added a link below for the video recipe for you, and I've also added a list of all of the piping tips and colours that you need for every single one of these flowers and leaves. To that list, I've also added a flower nail. We have some parchment paper squares. I also have some baking trays so that we can place our finished flowers on there, pop them into the fridge and let them set up. The first flower that I want to show you is just a simple rosebud. I'm doing this with a 150 piping tip, but you can also use a 104. The only difference with the 150 is just that the base is a little bit skinnier, and that means that it won't get quite as puffy. But don't worry if you can't find one, a 104 will be just fine. I'm going to attach a little bit of parchment paper onto our flower nail, do a little wriggle, and then keeping the fat end at the bottom and the skinny bit at the top, we're just going to do a quick whip around, coming back to where we started and just doing some little rainbows around. And that's it. Just twisting around. Now I'm left-handed and I move towards my left. Most right-handed people that I teach feel comfortable going towards their right, but it is a personal choice, so give it a go both ways and see what works for you. And you'll notice that I'm not flaring out these petals, I'm curving them over a little bit, more like a ranunculus. Now using our darkest pink, we're going to make a closed peony. I'm using a 406 piping tip, but you could also use a 125. We're going to make the same little wriggle, wrap around, and do a set of 4 petals first, exactly like we did with the bud. And then we're going to come up and let it wriggle a bit, just by pushing and applying a little bit more pressure at the top. And you have your second row. Same for your third, but just get a little bit more of a wriggle and taper down. Now with some of these peonies, I only want to do 2 layers of petals, just so that we vary the size a little bit. And in this case, I do a slight wriggle on our first row. Now using our mid pink and yellow, I'm going to make our wild rose. Starting by just creating the same little wriggle, and then using a number 2 tip with our yellow just to create lots and lots of little dots. Squeeze and just pull up. Just like that. Now using our 104 tip, I'm going to come back around and I'm going to make sure that every petal has a little wriggle to it, and that way it creates a lot of softness. This time every petal is touching the flower nail at the bottom, except when you lift off to wriggle. Keep going around to about 3 rows. And that's a beautiful wild rose. Now to make our open blossom, I'm using a 104 tip. It's very similar to the blossom that we did on our blossom cake, except I want to get a bit more wriggle to it. So I'm placing the base, the thick end, right into the center of my flower nail. And I'm just going to wriggle when I do each petal. Placing it under a little bit to give enough room, squeeze and release. Then you're going to come around with a number 2 tip in your palest green and just make some little dots around the center and then some little yellow dots right in the middle. Taking our pale green and switching our tip to a 104 tip, and we're going to do some 4 petal blossoms. A dab of buttercream to attach, again placing the fattest part of your petal tip into the center and just flaring it out. Nice movements and just 4. And now coming back with the exact same colour in a number 2 piping tip, I'm just going to pipe 5 little dots in the centre. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop all of these into the fridge to let them set up, and we'll work on our leaves. Now I don't normally pipe our leaves separate to the cake. Normally the cake is assembled, we add all of the flowers and then we pipe the leaves directly on there. Some of them we're going to be doing that way, but I also wanted to add some really softer, more silvery sort of foliage leaves on there, and I want them to be quite bellowing, and so I'm going to use a different technique. For this I'm going to be using the 102 and the 104 piping tip. I'm taking some of our deep eucalyptus and spruce green mixed together, as well as some of our pale green. I'm going to start by adding our pale green just into the section that has the widest tip, because that will be on the outside. And then I'm going to fill up the rest of the bag using our eucalyptus colour. I love this shade, it's eucalyptus and spruce mixed together in the sugar flare. Squeeze just to get the colours going. So taking some parchment and sticking it down just like normal. I'm going to start with the widest part at the base, give it a wriggle, moving forward, and then turn and come back on yourself. And that's it, you have a gorgeous leaf. And this is just a leaf technique that I've made up. I haven't actually seen it anywhere, but I just think it turns out really cool. And you know how much I love using a 104 piping tip. I'm going to switch out to the 102, which is just a little bit smaller, and that way we'll get some nice variety in the size of our leaves. You can even do a couple of them on the same flower nail and parchment paper, because they'll dry and then you'll be able to use them. And then after everything's been in the fridge for about 20 minutes, we're going to start to assemble it onto our cake. I always start by adding some of my larger flowers first. Get those into a position that I like. Then I go ahead and add all of my blossoms and rose buds. And then add our leaves. Start by adding the leaves that we've made and had setting up in the fridge. Now I'm using just the spruce eucalyptus colour with the 104 tip, just to make some nice soft leaves. The last leaf I'm going to do is that I've taken some of our bright green and I have layered just a little bit of yellow along both sides of our piping bag. And I'm just going to do the normal leaves that we do, but squeezing quite a bit so that they get a nice wriggle to them. And lastly, I'm just going to add some little buds by doing some little dollops of our light green and topping them with some smaller dollops of our plain buttercream colour. I'm using a number 7 for the green and a number 5 for the white. And there you go guys, we have a gorgeous wedding cake made using buttercream flowers. These are just basically building on a lot of the flowers that we've shown you before. Nothing is too tricky or too unusual with these ones, but I think you'll agree that the results are absolutely stunning. It also goes to show that making some intricate leaves and adding some variegation in your colours can really make a huge difference in your cakes. Happy caking guys, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more videos.